Hey there YouTube, welcome to another Zen in the Art of Miniature Painting video, and today we're going to look at the Malifaux Ronin for Malifaux from Wyrd Games. These are my first Malifaux figures. I picked them up from Irresistible Force just down the road from where I live in Tanamera. As you can see, it's a gloriously sunny day in Australia, so not really hobby time to be honest. But here I am just quickly making this video to show you what I got. So as you can see, you get 3 figures in the set. Now these are the old edition, so the cards at the top are no longer valid, but I think, I don't really know because I haven't got the Malifaux rulebook or anything, but if we look at the cards more closely, you'll see they've got a picture on the front, which is quite useful as a painting guide, and then on the back you get this sort of stats and stuff. Internally you get their special rules, so it's a little bit like War Machine in that respect, where you have cards which go with your characters. It's quite nice as well as in terms of buying a box. I mean, these came in a blister and comes with all the bits you need to see what they can do and everything. It's not like you have to go out and buy a codex. They weren't cheap though. I paid 20 Australian dollars, so about 10 UK pounds for the figures you see before you, but they are fantastic, except for the middle one. I think the middle one's a bit lame, but we'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, so you get 3 figures. Metal, which I always like. I like metal more than some of the Restic offerings you seem to be getting a lot these days. I like plastic, and I like metal, and I like resin. I don't like Restic. If you've ever bought the War Machine starter set, you'll know what Restic is. If you've bought Dreadball, you'll know what Restic is, and you'll know just how awful it really is. I can't probably put my finger on what it is. I think it just doesn't handle very well. It doesn't hold detail as well either. And also, to be fair, once you've used like forge walled resin, you have been spoiled, so you're unlikely to sort of want to go back. Anyway, here we go. So we get 3 Ronin here. We get one lady here on the left. She is looking rather awesome with her sort of pistol pointed in the air. You get one lunging forward, and then you get one with a sword and a pistol extended. I'm not a huge fan of the one in the middle. Let's start there because I don't know. It just doesn't really do it for me. So what we've got is we've got her lunging forward. She's wearing a cowboy hat and sort of western flares, which is cool, you know. And then she seems to be drawing her katana, and she's got a knife which goes on the back of the figure around there. So it sort of sits like that, pointing down that way towards the ground. There's something about the figure, the face, I just don't really like. I think the way her face is just doesn't really do it for me. She almost looks a bit messy, to be honest. Like it's almost as if she was like an undead figure or something. I don't know. There's something about her I don't really like. It is nice to see a bit of movement, though. I mean, the other 2 are quite static figures, but I don't know. I think I prefer them static that way. They paint up easier, I think. The one on the right's really cool. Look at her. There we go. She's got a pistol and a sword, pointing it out, and they try and get you a better angle there. So she's looking pretty sharp. I really like this figure. I think it's going to paint up quite well. And there's a rear shot. She's wearing a sort of coat and some long trousers. And if you look at the painted examples on the cards, I mean, that's what I think the cards are really useful for, is they just give you that idea of where to go with them. I probably won't copy them exactly, but you know, it gives you a sense of what the figure can do. And then here we go. This is my favourite one. She just looks like a unit leader type with a pistol, and she's just stood there in her flares looking pretty awesome. And there's her picture. Now, I don't know anything about Malifaux really, beyond, I mean, I listen to the Malifaux podcast mainly because I enjoy the guys chatting. I don't actually know the rules. I know it's a card-driven game, and it sounds really good, and it sounds like it has an absolutely brilliant community. What I'm going to do with these is I'm going to paint them up however I want, probably something similar to what on the cards, but with my own little twist. And then what I'm going to do is maybe look into getting into Malifaux at a later date, but not now. I haven't got the money for it, and then there isn't a local enough community just around the corner for me, so it's not like I'm going to learn to play it now. So what I'm going to do is paint the figures I like, which are these ones, and then see where it takes me. The really good thing about these figures is they are so open-ended in terms of use. These are basically just, you know, like cowboy girls type thing with swords and pistols. You could use them as like street samurai in a sort of sci-fi skirmish game. You could use them in Necromunda easily. I reckon you could use them perhaps even at a push in Mordheim, although it's quite a strong push, but I'd say Necromunda definitely. Dead Zone if you wanted to. You could use them in 40k as part of like a Rogue Trader's retinue, or for your sort of kill team games, that kind of thing. Really good, you know, more interesting sort of faction neutral characters, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to painting them. I do think they have a multitude of uses. The scale is quite good. they're not as meaty as sort of GW figures, but that's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing, because it means that when they stand next to a Space Marine, they'll actually look like a normal human, which is quite nice. So yeah, I just thought I'd share my thoughts on these figures. I think they're going to paint up quite well. They haven't got any large flat surfaces, which is always a good thing, I think, when you're painting figures, because large flat surfaces tend to mean you have to put a lot of effort in to make things look nice. They've got lots of sort of clothing folds and that sort of thing. So hopefully, be able to do them justice. And then, like I say, once it's done, I'll post a video showing you them finished, and then we'll see how we went. Right, that's all for now. I hope you like this little mini review, and hopefully there'll be more from me coming up soon. All best. Goodbye.